Hello YouTube, what is up? I'm Lady Cheeseballs 300. I hate companies that try to scam and defraud their users for money. Some companies are so down bad for that sweet green paper that they will do whatever it takes just to have the most money possible, even if their ways of doing it are not ethical. Those are the companies we're going to be talking about today. I have a few companies in mind that I want to talk about and why I don't like them and why I think they're shitty companies that don't even produce good enough materials for their consumers. Before we start this video, yes, I know I'm a bit late, but I've planned this video for months. I've wanted to talk about this for months. And the reason why I didn't do it is because this video was just so far down on my list that I just forgot about it and I didn't do it for whatever reason. But now it's at the top of my list. And where the top of my list is where the ideas that I think of get processed the most. Now, putting the toothpaste out of the tube, the first company I want to talk about is Temu. But Cheeseballs, why do you hate Temu? They have such great deals. The reason why I don't like them is because Temu has been caught in a ton of scandals since the ascension of their app, which if you don't know what Temu is, it's a very cheap shopping app where you can get things for ridiculously low prices. I have a grandmother that fell victim to the app, but we'll get to that. You see, before Temu, well, the people who own Temu had an app called Pinduoduo. If you don't know what that is, it's basically similar to Temu. It's an online Chinese retailer that, again, sells products for ridiculously low prices. And the bad thing about it is the government, I think it was the US government, I'm not sure, they found malware inside of there that can steal your data, and like basically track you without you knowing. And the worst part is, in Temu, they actually found some of this malware inside the app. Now, when Temu was first ascending into popularity, I first did not like the app because, well, I didn't like it for a few reasons before this all happened. The first reason, I just knew that there was something fishy with the app. I knew that something was going on. I knew that this wasn't right. There was something off about Temu. The second thing is, the things on Temu are super cheap and not very high quality. I have a bath mat that came from Temu. I'll show it on the screen right now. It's in my bathroom, and it's, as you can see, it's not very high quality. The dragonfly on there is very stretched, and it's not very good looking. Now, there are many ways that Temu keeps their prices low. I just looked it up, and it basically just told me the same thing. So if you don't know how it works, basically, if you want to sell a product, you're gonna want people to be able to distribute your product. What's a good example? If you own an Apple shop and you want your Apple shop to get really big, so you go to, for example, Walmart because you want to sell your apples to a wider audience. You have to pay Walmart to distribute those apples because work without compensation is known as slavery. Now, I could be wrong. I may have used my words a little differently than I should have, but that's just my understanding on how distribution works. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about this, is because Temu basically cuts out the middleman and basically tries to distribute their products without that distributor so that it costs them less money. Because if you don't know, how it works in the US is the cost of something to make it is basically what it's going to be for you to buy. For example, since things like iPhones are extremely expensive to make, they would also be very expensive to buy because of how much effort and time was put into them. Another example I can think of are paperweights. If you don't know what paperweights are, they're these really cool glass sculptures, I'll put them on the screen, that I believe were made in France or Europe. And how it works is they take they make flower designs on the glass, and they make little tinies of these. They make little tiny pieces, and then they melt them onto glass. And they say that only 5 people in the world know how to do it. It's a very time-consuming process, and they usually sell for between $10,000 to $30,000. But hopefully you understand now that the more time and effort and money you put into something, the more it's going to cost to buy. And because Temu puts so little effort and time into making these things, in my theory, that is one of the reasons why the prices are so low. Now, I will admit, Temu isn't all that bad. It's not as good as online retailers like Walmart or Amazon, but Temu, it kind of has some pretty decent products. It's not, I mean, it is kind of the worst, but it's not terrible. I mean, what I'm trying to say is Temu does have some bad products that are really shitty and terrible looking, but some of them have actually functional purposes. No, this video is not sponsored by Temu. I would never do a sponsor from them in my life. That is just my personal opinion. Because in every group or online retailer, for instance, there is always going to be one bad apple in the bunch. For example, and it works the other way around as well. If a group of apples is filled with all bad apples, there's sure to be at least one good apple in there. That's how Temu works. They have very few good products and some cheap bad products. Completely forgot about this, but Temu, sorry about the bed creaking noises, that's me moving around, but Temu has this limited offer deal or something where they sell stuff like Nintendo Switches and other high quality products for so low, and these are only up for such a limited period of time that only a few people can get the Nintendo Switches before they sell out really quickly, and you have to wait another 10 to 24 hours. It's kind of a scam, and it seems too good to be true. I can't say that for myself because I got my Nintendo Switch from Walmart, not Temu. You know, at least Walmart has high-quality products. The next company I want to talk about is Shein. If you don't know what Shein is, they're basically very similar to Temu. They're also an online retailer that sells stuff, mainly clothing. And they have also been caught up in some scandals too, such as child labor and stealing other people's designs. Now, I'm pretty sure you know what child labor is by now. I shouldn't even have to explain it. If you don't know what child labor is, you're probably too young to be watching my videos anyway. But there are people who make clothing designs that have actually claimed to have Shein copy and steal for their designs for a lower price. I will now play one of the videos and examples where someone got their design stolen by Shein.
So, you know how sometimes you get hired for a job that you didn't even know that you applied for? And then you end up working really hard for a company that you didn't even know that you worked for. And then all your hard work ends up helping this company make over $32 billion a year, except they're paying you a zero-figure salary? It just doesn't seem like something HR would approve.
My handmade silk dresses are $500. The knockoffs don't bother me. What bothers me is the unethical supply chain that these garments are produced in. These box-shaped knockoffs are made from pure plastic. They will never compare to the true product. It's really one of a kind.
Shein has stolen from me. Yes, you heard that right. Shein has stolen from me. A couple years ago, I did a little campaign with Steve Madden with my friend, and we did a little photo shoot for it. Now on Shein's website, no one from Shein contacted me if they could use it. They straight up just stole it off my Instagram. Can you guess which one of these boots is Steve Madden and which one of these boots is Shein? These were the lovely Steve Madden boots that I was wearing in the picture. And these are the ones Shein ripped off. Hope you can notice the insane differences I'm noticing. Here is boot number 1. This is the same skirt I was wearing in the picture. Are the second boots. What are we thinking? How do these look? The Shein one is on this side. The Steve Madden one is on this side. What do we think? Is it a good dupe? Let's get closer. Shein, I would appreciate if you would please run me my money. That's all I really want. I just need to pay off this student loan debt.
I don't know. You tell me. With all those people I just shown on my video, who all have had their designs stolen from Shein, you tell me, do you really want to be supporting them? Another thing that I want to get into is child labor. Now, unfortunately, some major companies or businesses like the chocolate industry will use child labor because it is cheaper. The reason why chocolate is so cheap is because they use child labor and children who get paid almost nothing to climb up cacao trees and chop up the pods and make them into chocolate. As we said earlier, work without compensation is slavery. But cheese balls, why are you attacking only Shein for using child labor when multiple other companies do it? Because if I hated every company that used child labor and just didn't buy their products, I would basically have nothing. I would not have a mattress to sleep on. I would not have a dresser. I would not have books. I would not have anything. But the next app that I want to talk about is TikTok. Do I really have to explain what TikTok is? I mean, the app has like 2 billion something downloads. I shouldn't even have to explain what TikTok is. But the reason why I don't like TikTok is for a number of reasons. The main reason why I don't like them is because they're a Chinese company that secretly installs spyware onto your device whenever you use the app. It will spy on you without you knowing. It will check your conversations. It will spy on you when you're on phone calls to try to get recommendations for you. And I just think that's a little creepy. Don't you know what I'm saying? The second reason why I don't like TikTok is because of the horrible challenges it has produced, such as NyQuil Chicken, the Blackout Challenge, Skullbreaker Challenge, and many others. You know the best part about this? TikTok has a little less than 9 months to sell its app to an American company. If they don't, then they're gonna be banned from the US. I hope that they don't sell their app because I want TikTok to die. Well, TikTok is already banned in India, so I can't really say that, but they have stuff like YouTube Shorts, which isn't as harmful. And the other best part about TikTok selling their app to an American company is there are certain companies that can't buy TikTok, so it's going to be really hard for them to sell it. Now, I know that Apple would have made like a great inclusion to the video, but the reason why I didn't include Apple in this video is because I know they're not a very good company. I know that they overcharge for shit. But the reason why I didn't include them is because their products are actually good. The companies I mentioned in this video, their products are just garbage. Apple actually has some pretty decent products. I have an iPhone, so that probably speaks for me. But, I think I already said everything that I needed to say, so I'm just gonna end the video here. I hope you have a good day if you're not a big corporation that tries to spy on people and steals people's ideas and tries to scam people. I hope you're not one of those if you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!